Shame that tune!
Let's wait for that time. Allison, Cuddy, thank you so much for sharing your shame with us and revealing a truly horrible chapter of your past that your loyal listeners never knew about you until now.
That's true.
Welcome to the hot seat, Allison Cuddy. As an interviewer, it is always a pleasure to see my fellow interviewers become the interviewees. Now you get to see how the other half lives. You grade 9 mean girl. Before we discuss your role in driving a teacher into a downward spiral of madness and despair while pulling a Judas Iscariot on your best friend, you now cover arts and culture for WBEZ, Chicago, Illinois Public Radio. I'm more of a loop man myself. Now, I know this is going to be a difficult question, Allison, but if you had to pick just one, which would you pick? Arts or culture?
Don't make me do that, Brian.
I could ask the audience, who likes arts? Arts. Culture. Okay, guys, take it outside. Take it out on Hobansia there, and we'll settle it like men. Okay. Interesting, because before we get, I want to get to your story. There's something I wanted to ask you because we don't get, people from WBEZ often on their show. You're one of the brightest luminaries of Chicago Public Radio, and in my opinion, probably others, if I could say so myself. There's this ad campaign now in which Chicago Public Radio is asking its listeners to make love to one another and have babies. So the unborn generation will get to hear stuff like hover car talk or scorched prairie home companion. A quiet day like bubblegum. My question is, what of those listeners who are unable to find a suitable mate? Should they patronize the local sperm banks? What do you think?
I feel like you should come work for WBEZ. Great ideas. We're kind of at a loss for them, yeah?
Business handshake. You hiring me? I'm on. I could do this.
I have no power. Fake handshake. It's a meme.
Mr. Emmanuel. Okay, but on to your shameful story. What became of the teacher? Did he get his life back together?
Yeah, it turned out he was actually kind of a nice guy. It was a teachable moment for him.
Okay.
Mr. Teacher, yeah, and he did
just really
come
loved
back.
Canada, and he just.
He said he'd been horrible, and
Okay. So he learned from his mistakes, and your best friend.
He embraced women.
Oh.
Not that way.
Dirty-minded sons of. Was this moment, the wonder years, if you was this the impetus that sent you fleeing to the welcoming arms of freedom in the United States?
I think in part it's true.
In part,
yeah.
Okay, great. And I'm really glad you didn't get the beeper going off. There wasn't a 5-alarm fire somewhere to cover or whatever. What stories are coming up for Weekender and all that, or what do you have coming up? What stories do you have coming up now? I'm going to switch to that now.
That's a good question. I actually
don't know.
I don't know. I've been filling in for Jerome McDonald.
Okay.
Awesome guy. So yeah, I've been off the arts and culture beat. So if you have any ideas, like maybe shame that tune.
Okay, I'm art and he's culture, so it's our comedy, the arts and culture.
That's right. Rolls off the tongue.
Yep. Well, we'd love to do that. So thank you for asking. So I got a job out of this interview. That's great.
Anybody else looking for a job?
Allison, thank you so much for being here with us and sharing your story. It's great to have you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.